Coming up, a look at a standard room at Universal's Endless Summer Resort, Dockside Inn Suites. Hello my friends, it's David here from Beyond the Kingdoms, and welcome to day 2 of Hotel Week at Universal. In yesterday's video, kicking off this week's series, I covered some of the perks of staying on property. If you missed it, definitely go back and check it out now. But that means today we start diving deeper into some specific hotels, starting with a value option, Universal's Endless Summer Resort, Dockside Inn Suites. Now we will work up the price scale as the week continues, but let's explore why this hotel is an excellent option for those of you traveling on a budget. Universal's Endless Summer Resort is the newest hotel at Universal Orlando, and it's classified as the resort's only value hotel. But technically, Endless Summer is made up of 2 different hotels. Surfside Inn opened up first on June 27, 2019, with a total of 750 rooms. And Dockside Inn opened up on December 15, 2020, with a total of 2,050 rooms. In today's video, I will focus on the Dockside Inn portion of the resort. Now, both hotels are located right across from each other, and it's the first resort to be outside of the original Universal bubble. Endless Summer sits just on the east side of I-4. When Epic Universe opens up in the future, it will be in between the 2 original parks and this 3rd gate. In terms of theming, this resort is designed to feel like you're enjoying a nice and relaxing beach vacation. Both hotels are extremely similar when it comes to the aesthetics, with subtle differences between the 2. As the name suggests, Dockside Inn has more of a boating or dock vibe to it. Look up at the roof in any of the public spaces, and it will appear as if you are underneath an actual dock. It's very clever. Now, since this is a value hotel, the amenities are simple and to the point. Dockside Inn is slightly larger than Surfside, with 2 different buildings, and each one has its own pool. That comes with its own bar if you want a cocktail. If you're looking to grab a bite to eat, there is one quick service restaurant in the lobby, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Pier 8 Market. And also in the lobby is where you'll find the resort's 3rd bar, Sunset Lounge. Right next to that is a full Starbucks location as well, which really comes in handy in the morning. And just next door is the resort's gift shop, where you'll find a wide range of Universal souvenirs. And when it comes time to visit the parks, bus transportation is available to both City Walk and Volcano Bay. Dockside Inn may be the furthest away from the parks, but it will only take you about 5 minutes once you board your vehicle to get to your final destination. Booking a room at Dockside Inn is very straightforward. There are only 2 room categories, a standard room and a 2-bedroom suite that can accommodate up to 6. But since we're starting from the ground up this week, let's take a tour of a standard room for a group of 4. This standard room at Dockside Inn is bright and comfortable and nicely tied to the beach summer vibes. You can book a room with either a standard view or a pool view, which will have you facing the inner courtyard of your building. In terms of size, these rooms come in at 313 square feet. If you watched my videos from Hotel Week at Disney World, this is in line with the moderate hotels at Disney. But to compare it to other Universal hotels, Dockside's standard room is slightly larger than the ones at Cabana Bay, which are at 300 square feet. And the standard rooms at Aventura are a hair larger at 314 square feet. If you're considering a standard room at Surfside, it's almost identical to this room at Dockside. In terms of bed arrangements, we have 2 queen-size beds in this room, with some soft light blue sheets that mimic the waves of the ocean. Underneath each bed, there's a small space at the front where you can store some smaller pieces of luggage. And at each headboard is your own wall lamp. Over at the TV unit, we have a few medium-sized drawers next to a mini fridge. In the small closet unit is where you'll find the iron and ironing board, along with a medium-sized safe. And then, of course, we have the bathroom, where there's a stand-in shower, a feature that is very common at all the Universal hotels. And that is next to the vanity area, which comes with a single sink. All in all, this is a great room for a group of 4 who are traveling on a budget. Since the property is brand spanking new, the quality is excellent right now. And I especially want to point out that the square footage is very good, better than a value hotel at Disney. If you simply need a place to crash at after a long day riding roller coasters, this will serve as an excellent place to rest your head, to do it all over again the very next day. Like I said before, the room options at Endless Summer are very simple. But allow me to point out a few differences that larger families will want to consider for today's quick tip. Aside from the standard room for 4, Dockside Inn and Surfside Inn also offer a 2-bedroom suite. This room comes with 3 queen beds, so it will comfortably sleep 6. There are 2 beds in the main room along with the kitchenette, and the third is in the second room, adjacent to the bathroom. The one downside to this room is the fact that there's only 1 bathroom. I think for 6, that can be a bit of a challenge. But thankfully, there is a double sink and a shower tub combo, as opposed to the stand-in shower in the standard room. But also double check the price of just booking 2 adjoining standard rooms at either hotel. This will actually give you 4 beds, which will fit 8. And then you'll get 2 individual bathrooms. You'll lose the kitchenette, but at Dockside's great price point, the small upcharge for 2 rooms over a suite could be well worth it. And again, this exact set of options and layout applies to both Surfside Inn and Dockside Inn. If you have your own vehicle, the nightly parking rate at Dockside is $15. And remember that if you need to rent a car, there's an Avis rental car desk in the hotel lobby. Could come in handy for a day trip somewhere else. Now, Endless Summer is technically the hotel furthest away from the parks and City Walk, but it's only 1.4 miles, so it's not that bad. You can drive yourself to City Walk, but the bus will drop you off in the same exact location. So I say stick to the bus. Like I said in yesterday's video, Universal's transportation system is very efficient. Since the entire resort is small and compact, there's always a constant stream of buses in the morning. And once you board, it's a direct service to your final destination. You will not stop at any other hotel. If you're heading to either Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios, you will be dropped off at the main parking structure at City Walk. And if you're heading to the water park, there's a direct service from Dockside to Volcano Bay. Now, in terms of recreation, Dockside Inn has a small arcade, which was sadly closed during my visit because of COVID, and a small gym located in Building 1. And there is, of course, the pool. 2, in fact, since this is the larger of the 2 hotels at Endless Summer. Both pools are nearly identical, and both are zero entry pools, which is great for the little ones. And I love that there are sandy areas by the shoreline where you can lounge out on a chair. It almost feels like you're at a real beach. At each pool, you will of course find towels, so there's no need to bring one down from your room, and life vests for those who are still learning to swim. There are also transfer chairs into the pool as an alternative to both the zero entry section or the steps. I also noticed some underwater speakers at both pools, which is a nice fun touch. Now the pool located over in Building 1 is where you'll find a small water play area for toddlers. Universal calls it a splash pad, but I think it's a little modest for that title. But still, a good place for the smaller kids. And then of course, each pool has its own pool bar, serving up refreshing cocktails like the Disco H2O. Over in Building 1, you have the Wave Makers. And at Building 2, you have the Oasis Bar. Now sadly, there's no food served at these pool bars, but the drink menu at both is exactly the same. And you can also upgrade any cocktail to a 32-ounce bucket called the Bubba Tub. There's also a Coke Freestyle machine nearby if you purchase a resort refillable mug, which for the record is priced at $9 for 1 day and up to $18 if you use it for 4 days. Just remember that this can only be used at the hotel. You can't use these at Coke Freestyle machines inside the parks. And back inside the lobby is where you'll find the hotel's third bar, Sunset Lounge, which is a great place for a nightcap after all of the fun and excitement of the day. Another element I love with most of the budget-friendly hotels at Universal is the fact that there's a full Starbucks in the lobby. Just be warned that unlike a regular Starbucks, there's no mobile order here, and the line can get pretty long in the morning, so plan accordingly. But the hotel's main quick service restaurant, Pier 8 Market, is where you'll get most of your meals during your stay. This food court is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And there are several food stations where you can grab a nice variety of items off the menu. In the morning, you can grab a breakfast burrito or the chicken and waffles, an excellent choice if you ask me. There's also plenty of to-go items like yogurt parfaits and some pastries. I would also like to point out that there is both a toaster and a microwave near the self-service drink station. So if larger families followed my advice of getting 2 adjoining rooms instead of the family suite, you don't have to worry too much about losing out on that kitchenette. For lunch and dinner, the food stations swap out menus, and there's a mixture of cold and hot sandwiches, individually wrapped salads if you're looking for a healthier option, and your staples like burgers, pizza, and chicken fingers. There are even a few options for vegans like the Beyond Burger. And if you have a sweet tooth, there's a nice collection of desserts. And a soft serve ice cream machine, my favorite. Pier 8 Market is a great food court that will satisfy everyone in the group, no matter what you're tasting. And it's moderately priced too. I will leave a link in the description below so you can see the full menu. So overall, Dockside Inn is a great hotel if you need a cheap and cheerful room for your next Universal vacation. The size of the rooms are great given the price point, and the hotel delivers all the basic amenities you would need to make your stay more comfortable. I think this definitely closed the gap for those who usually would stay off property, because it's really nice to take advantage of all the hotel perks like early admission. So even if you're staying within a budget, you will not be disappointed at this resort. So there you have it, my friends, a quick look at a standard room for 4 at Universal's endless summer resort, Dockside Inn and Suites. But stay tuned for tomorrow because we will take a look at what Universal calls a prime value hotel, my favorite in fact, Cabana Bay Beach Resort. You really don't want to miss this one. But until then, thank you so much for watching, please stay safe out there, and remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.